In this tutorial, we will train a quadruped robot to walk on rough terrain using Isaac Lab. Instead of raycaster, we will use depth camera. As we can see, the robot can walk well with this setup. Now let's see how we did this. In case of Isaac Lab, raycasters are the most commonly used sensors for gait training on rough terrain. For each ray specified by the sensor, a line is traced along the path of the ray, and the location of the first collision with the specified mesh is returned. By doing this, it is possible to measure the local height field. But it is an unrealistic setup because there is no such sensor in the real world. So, instead of using raycaster, we will attach a depth camera to the back of the robot and use a depth image obtained from the camera. But we will not use the image itself. We will sample points from it and use them as an observation. Now, let's see the code. In this tutorial I expect that the viewer has installed Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab. Please download the Quadruped rough terrain zip file and extract it to your home directory. In this folder, we have files that are required for Isaac Lab training and trained models. In this video I will not describe in detail how to register a custom Isaac Lab environment. For that, please see this tutorial. Open the Velocity directory. As preparation to execute the training, all we have to do is to replace the Velocity env Python script and move the custom quadruped folder inside the config directory. Now open the Velocity env Python script. Here, we have newly defined depth camera. Arguments are absolutely the same as with a usual RGB camera. We set the camera on the back of the robot. Regarding the position, to avoid mistakes it is recommended to first check position using Isaac Sim. And use confirmed values. As a data type, instead of RGB, distance to camera is set. Spawn values are identical to those of a usual camera. As a camera frame size, 320 for width and 240 for height are set. We also set custom observation function for the depth camera. Using each pixel would be too expensive. So, we sample each 20th pixel for the depth value. And flatten the two-dimensional array into one dimension to concatenate it with other terms. In the custom quadruped folder, we have configuration files for each environment. Open the rough env depth Python script. This is the configuration file for environment with depth camera. Because we will use only the depth camera and will not use height scanner related configurations are turned off. On the other hand, when we use the height scanner, depth camera configurations are turned off. For commands to execute the training, please refer to this file. Training can be executed by just copying and pasting these commands into a terminal. Note that the number of environments should be changed according to GPU capability. Now, let's examine training results. Here, the black line represents Raycaster and the blue line represents depth camera. Overall, what we can say is that the depth camera policy does learn, but it's slower, noisier, and less sample efficient than the Raycaster one. The curriculum terrain level graph shows that with the Raycaster, curriculum progression is faster than with depth camera. This is probably because Raycaster provides near-perfect height information but depth camera should deal with partial observability. But the depth policy does eventually reach the same terrain level, which means that representation capacity is sufficient. We can see that with Raycaster, the track linear velocity XY graph hits 1 almost immediately, but in case of depth sensor, the graph climbs slowly and stabilizes around 0.85 to 0.9. This is because with Raycaster, foothold geometry is explicit, so clean predictive control is possible. From the feet airtime graph we can say that the policy learned with Raycaster provides a cleaner and a more compact policy. This is because in case of depth camera, due to occlusion, the policy occasionally mispredicts terrain height. This tendency is also present in the base contact termination graph. But it improves gradually. Entropy and mean noise standard deviation shows that depth camera maintains higher exploration noise longer but Raycaster collapses the noise early. This is also understandable from theoretical point of view, because vision-based policy needs more exploration to resolve ambiguity, and premature noise collapse would hurt generalization. From the training performance point of view, the depth camera-based method has lower FPS and higher collection time. This is inevitable, but importantly, learning is still stable. There are no divergence and no catastrophic slowdown.